Tracy here, Kansas Garden Guy, Summer Pick Farms. What's up today? As you can see, it's very serious today. Straw hats on. So let me get this camera turned around and show you what's up. Beautiful, sunny, partially cloudy, kind of rainy Kansas day. Well, I know I have been absent for a while. I haven't done videos. It's only been raining here for like the last year and a half straight, so I have not been able, which that's a joke by any means if you guys get that. We have literally had 2.5 weeks of rain every day, 50% chance or greater every day. Today's the first day without rain. It's supposed to be a 40% chance, as you can see. Looks a little cloudy. So I was in the middle of mowing the yard, ran over something with the mower, bent the mower blade, so now wife has to go to Tractor Supply, get me another blade. So since I can't finish mowing the yard, might as well make a video and show you what I have been doing. I've got stuff potted up here in 4-inch pots. I have not got everything put in the ground yet because of the rain. Bucket potatoes are doing really good. I'm gonna have to put a little more dirt on these, but other than that, everything's doing. Horseradish plant that my friend gave me has finally come about, so that looks pretty amazing. But as you can see, I've got blooms on squash in pots over here also. This is stuff I can't get in the ground because it's too wet. As you can see that little squash right there. Focus on that. Oh yeah, look how pretty that is. There's another one right there. I've got some stuff in the ground. I'm just going to show you. I've got some of these tomatoes that did not sell at market, so they've been sitting here. I'm going to get to them when I get to them. Onions look really good. Collard greens look pretty decent. It may be getting a little too warm, but it's got a little bit of insect pressure on it, but I'm not worried about that. Those are actually for us, so I'm not concerned about the holes in the leaves. So you can see I got some stuff done yesterday in between the rain showers. Got some sage, some pineapple mint, looks like some chocolate mint, or I'm sorry, that's not pineapple mint, that is lemon balm, my mistake. That is chocolate mint, rosemary of course. There is the pineapple mint right here. And then I've got just some regular basil, some red Reuben basil in the ground there, as you guys can see. This red Reuben basil is amazing. It's so pretty. I love this stuff. It's amazing. Hopefully we'll find a market for it this year. And I've got the rest of the sweet peppers in, the F1 hybrids, the Great Stuff hybrids, and we've got all the bell peppers in. So that's what's been going on in there. As you can see, my little baby cat tunnels here. Actually, I've got lettuce in there. I don't think you can see in there because of this. I'm trying to keep the animals out of it. I've had cats and dogs. As you can see, I've got footprints in here. They jump on here. The neighbor's cat and not my cat and dogs. The neighbors comes over here, jumps on it, rips all my stuff up. One day they ripped all this up. They got inside of here and couldn't get out and just literally tore it up trying to get out. So I went ahead and left some of it up, but you can see the lettuce is growing in there. I'm trying to keep some of the insect pressure and possibly use this as a shade cloth. Since I do have shade from my big elm trees here, but that's not until the sun gets to be about 5 o'clock or so. So trying two things here to see if this will work. Other than that, let's take a walk inside the tunnel. I've got the fan on, so it may be loud. I may have to shut that fan off. Can't get the door open. Look at all this greenage. We'll start over here. You see, I pulled the rest of that lettuce out, went to market last weekend, so I went ahead and amended the beds with a little bit of worm castings, which basically is just some worm casting, a little bit of blood meal and bone meal, just to amend the soil, a little bit of compost. But this red Cherokee, or this Cherokee magenta, this stuff is awesome. This stuff's from Haas Tools. This stuff is so pretty. As you can see what I've got interplanted with the tomatoes. They are beautiful. Beautiful. So that stuff, some of this stuff's going to be ready for market. There's a couple of them that will be ready for market this weekend at our pop-up market. So I'm going to cut a little bit of that, bag it up, see if we can get rid of it at the market, see how the customers like it. Dinosaur kale, everybody loves a little dinosaur kale. They look great. I think the heat here, I think it's actually 100-some degrees in here today. So I don't know how much longer these things are going to last, but these things seem to be doing really well. Bok choy, I'm very disappointed in it. Not the way it grows. It's growing amazing. It's so beautiful. our family has enjoyed the heck out of this bok choy. I cannot sell it at market. I put this in a bag for $3, and they are huge, and I can't give them away. I've tried selling them away and physically tried giving them away, and nobody will take it. So that means, since this is a business adventure, that means we may grow half a dozen or so for our family, and the rest of it I'm not growing for market. It's just not working here in my small community. I can't, people don't understand what it is. They don't want to learn what it is. I've tried to explain how to use it, and they just pass on it. So, Nick, if you're watching this from Bootstrap, you were correct. I'm gonna have a hard time getting rid of this bok choy. He told me earlier when he was here that I may have a hard time getting it. I still don't know how this cool Robbie got in here, but let me turn this fan on. Okay, I keep the fan on in here just to get some air moving through here. We have like 0 air today. These tomatoes have gone crazy. They are on point in here. As you can see, look at these clusters of tomatoes. I am in love with these tomatoes. They look beautiful. All 3 different varieties. As you can remember, we've got BHN 589s over there. I've got Grand Marshalls in this row. Half Grand Marshal, half Roadster, and then I've got all Roadster tomatoes in there. So we have Grand Marshal, Roadster, and the BHN 589s, which are a high tunnel producer, and they by far have outproduced all 3 of these, which I knew they were going to because that's what they're bred to do. But look at these Roadster tomatoes. Greg from Haas Tools, if you're watching this video, buddy, these things are amazing. It's our 2nd year of growing Roadsters, and these things are phenomenal. But the buds are crazy. It's just, I don't know, I'm so ecstatic with how the tomatoes are looking in the high tunnel. I think there are 165 tomatoes in here, and we have, I think we've got another 250 or 300 that have to go out into the field, and we have not got ready to do that yet because of all the rain. I've been working on cucumbers and squash and zucchini, so we'll take a walk up there. But I mean, each one of these are starting to set fruit. As you can see, every plant has got clusters of tomatoes starting. So I'm pretty happy. Daddy like it, so pretty happy with everything. But what I have been doing is, if you guys follow me on Instagram, it's just Kansas Garden Guy on Instagram. You can follow me. I put little short videos on there and playing around. But what I have been doing is pollinating my tomatoes. Lauren from Berkeley Farms, if you are watching this video, check this out. I've had some people ask me how we are going to get our tomatoes to pollinate, especially since I've got netting on the outside there so the bees can't get in here. I keep the doors open, but they seem to fly up to the top and then they can't get out. So what you do is you use, can you hear that? A cheap electric toothbrush. This one is from Kroger. It's like $4. This is what I use it for. If you just walk up, let me show you here and see if I can catch this on film. It's a little hard. You just walk up to your plant, turn it on. See that pollen falling? If you just come up and shake, I did this last night, so there might not be a whole lot. But what you do is you just come up to them and just, there you go, shake them for about 3 seconds each. They say, I heard Travis, when he was with Haas Tools, was telling us that in nature, I heard Travis, when he was still with Haas Tools, was telling us, in nature, I think they said animals, hence insects, only pollinate like 35% of the tomato plants if you leave them alone outside. That blew my mind when I heard. I think it was 35 or 45%. If you use an electric toothbrush to pollinate your tomatoes and go through once a week and kind of just shake them, he said you can get 85 to 100% germination depending on how good you are at doing it. So me and my wife has tried that every week. We come through. I just did it last night when I was watering some of the stuff outside. We just come through with the electric toothbrush and we just shake each one of these, give them a shake every week, whether they need it or not, just to check it. But look at this. I mean, these things are phenomenal. I'm gonna have to get my, oh my God, this thing's like the size of my hand. I'm gonna have to get, and I said these are Grand Marshalls here. I'm gonna have to get my little stakes I got these. I got these on Amazon. All they are little tomato hooks, and what you do is if they get heavy, you just hook it around the stem, and then you come up to your. I can't do this one-handed. If you hook this around your string, I'll try to do this one-handed. I may not be able to do this one-handed, but they say if you come up and you hook it around your plant and hook it around your string like that, and what that does is that relieves the pressure off of this vine, and it helps it hold those bigger tomatoes up, especially when they start to get big. Looks like it works. That's the first one I've put on. I haven't put one on yet. This is the first one I've put on, and it looks like it works pretty great. So that's pretty cool. We are going to take up to the garden. Okay, we're up here in the top half of the garden. If you guys are wondering, those are determinate tomatoes. Lauren with Berkeley Farms, if you guys are not following her on Instagram or following her on YouTube, you probably should be. She is in her first year of market gardening. They just got their high tunnel put in. She's doing with tomatoes. She had a great video today on why you prune suckers and why you prune the bottom vines of an indeterminate tomato. All of my tomatoes in the high tunnel are determinate, so I am not pruning those. I pruned the very bottom the first time I put them in, just so they didn't touch the ground, but from there on out, I have to leave them so that way they will grow my fruit. But anyway, let me show you what I've got going on. It's doing great. We have had a ton of rain, guys. Like I said, this whole thing, all of my silage tarps were holding rain this morning, holding water this morning when I came out here to work on the cucumber patch. But everything looks good. These are all those weird Hostool varieties. I call them weird because it's not the standard you see at your feed and seed. This, like I said, these are like, yeah, partial eclipse, semi-eclipse, full eclipse, sunburst, lemon sun, hybrid. I got some hybrid yellow squash, just plain straight necks. I love straight neck squash. But so I went with all these little cute ones, some patty pans and stuff to go to market so that I can see if we can just make the table look a little better. Here's the cucumbers that I worked on today. It looks a lot different than just black silage tarps, what you guys are used to. What I did is I pulled the silage tarp today off of it, and you can see what it does for our soil here. This has been rototilled once with a little bit of compost in it about a month ago. And then I had the silage tarp sitting on it to kill the weeds out. But look at this. Look, guys, I'm just digging down with my hand. Look at that. I am down probably 4 or 5 inches before I get to hard clay. So that is great. Look at the soil. Got a little bit of pack to it because it's wet. But it looks good. So what we are going to do tonight when the wife gets home, because it's too hot right now to be planting anything in the sun. So when it gets cooler tonight, I wanted to make sure we got this bed down. And all this is some plastic netting that I bought off of Amazon. You can get it from Hostools. I bought mine from Amazon because I could get 300 feet of it because I used some of it last year and then I finished it up this year for the cucumbers. This works perfect for cucumbers. What I do is I just come through here at the end of the season and I cut all the vines off at the ground and I just roll all this plastic up and then dispose of it at that time. You use some zip ties to hold it together. And then what I do, just a little added assurance to help with the weight, because this does get pretty heavy, is I use a little bit of baling twine and I run it through, kind of snake it through each one of these or every other one of these, and then I cross them on the post. So what this does is kind of keep it tight so it doesn't sag down with the weight. But we've got 5 rows here, so we will have 1 row of pickles and then we'll have 4 rows of cucumbers here. The cucumbers we are growing this year are our tried and true Diomedes. They're from Hostools. They're phenomenal for market garden because they are very prolific and they bring it on. So it's a good market garden cucumber, and our customers seem to love them. We're growing an English cucumber and a Japanese cucumber this year. My wife loves those, so we're going to grow those. The only downfall with growing that is when you pick those, you've got to saran wrap them. That's why they're saran wrapped in a store, because it seals the moisture, and if you do not saran wrap them, they will dry out and go bad. So we have to buy a sealer machine and some plastic so we can seal those up so we can sell those at market. That's the only downfall. But you know, if we're going to grow those for market, we could get prime price out of those also, because they're very sought after cucumber. We've got all zucchini up here. As you can see, the ones on the end are doing great because they're out of the water. As you can see, as you look into the bed, you can see this half of the bed is moist because this half was holding water. You can see water in my terraces up here from all the rain we've had. And so you can see some of the weeds are growing. So I need to come through here with the single tine cultivator, knock these weeds out of here. But the zucchini have done good. As you can see, the neighbor's dog loves to walk through my garden. And the deer, I've got deer tracks over here. So the deer like to run through my garden also. They think it's a playground because over here is actually 100 acres of nothing but evergreen trees and grass that's not mowed. So the deer use my area because the lake is only a half mile from here. So they cross through the country through my 5 acres and then on to this other guy's property here. But yeah, so I got deer tracks through here, but they still are a little yellow, but I think they'll make it through. We're supposed to have, it's not supposed to rain until Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, so it's almost a week of no rain. I think, like I said, I think tonight there's a 40% chance, but other than that, it's crystal clear and like 80 degrees and sunny until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So hopefully these things will give a big old shot and they'll grow out, and then I'll be able to, once this dries out, I'll be able to come in here with the hand tools and clean all the weeds up. Green beans are looking great, as you can see. Haven't not even had to feed these guys yet. We've had so much rain. I'm just letting them go until it dries out. I'll probably feed them here, probably this weekend. I'll probably run a little agri-thrive through the drip just to give them a little bit of boost. But these red burgundy, royal burgundy beans, they look so cool. Look at this. Look how pretty these are. Can you guys see those purple flowers in there? Looks amazing. I love these things. Almost got 100% germination. The jade bush beans, almost. I went through here twice now and actually put beans in the holes that are absent and still haven't come up yet. So I think we're going to try to do that. Maybe I'll get my wife to help me do that tonight. I'll come through here and we'll go ahead and just fill these holes back up with more bean seeds and see if we can get the rest of them to populate out. We saw a lot of those beans at market, so that's pretty awesome. But I guess this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Really don't have a whole lot more to show you unless you want to watch me mowing the grass. And I'm pretty sure you guys know how to mow the grass, so you need to watch a video for that. But anyway, guys, if you guys like these videos, make sure you give me the big thumbs up. If you guys subscribe to our channel, thank you so very much. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. If you're not, and you just happened to do the algorithm and got to me, think about subscribing. We do a lot of cool things on this channel that are garden related, not just garden related, life related also. But anyway, guys, I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. I will talk to you later. God bless. Be safe. Bye.